Hi everyone, Flaming Footy here and welcome back to a new YouTube video on the channel. And today guys, here I am for the 400 subscriber special. Now in this video I'm just going to be doing a very quick 400 subscriber special. It's not going to be anything too crazy, too snazzy. Just going to be ranking some AFL stadiums. I've got 17 of them, not sure if that's all of them, but I got most of them there. Feel free to let me know in the comments if I've forgotten any. I hope I haven't. But anyway, I got my 17 stadiums here. I've ranked them already, put numbers next to them. So let's go ahead and hop right into things. So I did just double check with myself. Yes, all 17 stadiums that have been used in the 2022 AFL season are right here, and I am ranking every single one of them. So, starting off with number 17, maybe a bit of a different choice to other people, but number 17 for me is Manuka Oval. Manuka Oval, I don't think it's the greatest ground. I'm not really the biggest fan of this one now. This is the Giants' second home ground. So, yeah, I'm just not a big fan of Manuka. It's a smallish ground, and not the biggest fan of it. I don't really need to say too much more than that. Not the biggest fan of it. I do prefer Giants Stadium over Manuka Oval. It's just, I know it's in the capital territory of the ACT, which can make it a little bit more exciting, but yeah, not the biggest fan of the Manuka Oval. It's just not the greatest of grounds for me, in my opinion. But yeah, Manuka Oval, still not too bad. Now, moving on to Accor Stadium, Australia. Now, this is a stadium that doesn't normally host AFL. It normally hosts rugby, which it is probably better off hosting rugby. Now, sorry this image is very pixely. This is probably the best image that I could find, but it's in a very weird kind of shape. I don't really know why they did it. It's a bit of a weird seating kind of arrangement. It's almost a bit like a square inside. So I'm not really a biggest fan of this stadium. I don't really personally like it. Now I'm probably lucky that it didn't go down in 17th spot. But again, not the biggest fan of this stadium. Just doesn't really appeal to me, and it's quite odd for an AFL game in my opinion. Odd shape, and then it's a square inside, so that makes things even odder, if you get what I mean. Alright, so number 15 is Tio Stadium. Now, this is one of the stadiums, one of the two stadiums up in the Alice Springs, Darwin area. But yeah, Tio Stadium, not the biggest fan of it. It's good that the Northern Territory is getting footy, but again, it is again one of those smaller grounds. Not the biggest fan of it. The lights, they're on a bit of a, I don't really know what to call them. They don't look the best again, but I'm just not the biggest fan of this stadium. So 15th for me is Tio Stadium. Now, in 14th spot is a stadium that is in Alice Springs, and that is Tio Traeger Park. Used actually just a few rounds ago for Melbourne versus Port Adelaide. Now, I do feel like this is a better stadium than Tio Stadium. Not much of a difference. They didn't really change the name, Tio Traeger Park, but yes, don't mind this stadium. It is better than Tio in my opinion. Looking pretty nice, so yeah. 14th for Tio Traeger Park in Alice Springs. Alright, so 13th is Footy in Cairns, Kazali Stadium. Now, it is probably a famous stadium. There is a song on it, so yeah. But this is, again, a pretty good stadium. It was used a lot during the 2020 season because of COVID, and a lot of games are rescheduled up here, and it was quite a nice ground. Again, one of those smaller grounds, but quite a nice ground is Kazali Stadium, used earlier for St Kilda versus Port Adelaide. It is very low scoring up there, however, which can create a very scrappy contest, but still a nice stadium for me. Not quite as good as some of the more top tier ones that I do have on this list, but still a very nice stadium and a solid 13th place for me. Now on to 12th, we start hitting some more commonly used stadiums, and in 12th I have Blunston Arena. Down in Tassie, do like this stadium. North Melbourne's home ground. It's a pretty good stadium. I don't mind it. Not that bad. You've got the, in cricket season, it's called Cadbury Hill, I would believe. The Cadbury Hill over here, and I think that'd be over there. And then you've got a nice big grandstand there. But yeah, don't mind Blunston. It's not that bad. There is an interesting, there is the glass thing. But yeah, nice stadium. And yeah, pretty cool stadium. I'm going to be putting it in a solid 12th place. But yeah, at one end there is the glass of the corporate boxes, which is actually a perfect view for the footy right behind the goals. Now into 11th spot I have Mars Stadium down at Ballarat. Nice stadium, I reckon, this one. Home of the Western Bulldogs. Second home of the Western Bulldogs, should I say. Quite a nice stadium. Again, not as good as some of the other high-tiered ones on this list, but again, it's a nice stadium. It is a Again, one of those smaller grounds. But yeah, really nice stadium still. Solid 11th place for Mars Stadium. Don't mind the grounds. Pretty solid 11th rating on this list. But yeah, pretty good ground is Mars Stadium down at Ballarat. Now into 10th row. I was debating hard about 10th spot, but I ended up deciding to go with Utah Stadium, Tassie, home of the Hawthorn Hawks. Now, I actually quite like this stadium. This is where the top 10 things start to ramp up here. These are some of my personal favourite stadiums, and Utah Stadium is definitely one of them. Probably unlucky to be 10th. Could have been a lot higher on this list, I'll tell you. I actually really like this stadium. It's a really good stadium. There's pretty much seats everywhere. It's a good stadium. I do like it. I reckon it's perfect for footy. It's a really good stadium. I reckon it's the best smaller stadium that we have. But yeah, this is, I mean, even though it's not that small, it's actually pretty big. But yeah, I like it. I think it's a really good stadium. But compared to some of the others, still not as good as them. But I like Utah Stadium. That is probably my favourite small ground that if you class it as small, is my favourite. It's my favourite small or probably less used ground in the league. So I was thinking about giving this stadium 10th spot, but I was like, no, I'll give it 9th, Giant Stadium. Now, I actually like Giant Stadium. Now, most of it is themed orange for the Giants. The lights, the things that are holding the lights up are orange. The seats are orange. So it's really good. You can just look anywhere and you see orange. So I reckon they did a very good job with designing this ground in the use that it was going to be for the Giants. They're going to be orange. They did orange everything. And, well, I think, even though it may be a little bit different, I think it worked out to be a treat. Again, this stadium could have been well higher on the list. But I just think the way they did everything, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I do really like this stadium. Love it. But again, compared to some of the others, not as good, but still brilliant stadium. Now, in 8th place, I've got Metricon Stadium. Don't mind Metricon Stadium. Again, they went for pretty much like Giant Stadium, Gold Coast colours. You can see there, vast majority of the seats in this area are red, which is, again, Gold Coast colour. So, again, a pretty good idea to do that. Really nice stadium. We've got the M somewhere, the McDonald's logo as well at Metricon. So, it's a nice stadium. Do like it. I think it's a really good stadium for footy. Again, 8th on the rankings, but do love the stadium. Good stadium, and, yep, solid 8th for it. And, again, pretty much the same thing with the Giants with the red seats. That is a brilliant idea to go with the seats of your colours, of your team colours. But yeah, brilliant idea by the Gold Coast Suns and Metricon Stadium. Looks amazing. Now in 7th, both the Queensland stadiums ranked pretty highly on my list. Got the Gabba. Love the Gabba. Again, into the top 7, so it's again one of my favourite stadiums. Love the Gabba. I think it's really good. I think, I just think the Gabba's really good. I don't really need to say much more. I think got a good team there. They've got a good team, which means we get to see this venue at night time, and I'll tell you, looks stunning at night time, probably more stunning at night than it does during the day. But yeah, nice stadium. Do love the Gabba, and both the Queensland stadiums ranked pretty highly on my ranking list. But yeah, the Gabba is my 7th favourite stadium. Now in 6th is the SCG. Love the SCG, home of the Sydney Swans, and you can see there the I don't know what you call them. I just call them the green buildings. So you got the green buildings there. It's a brilliant stadium. Love the SCG, and I think it's a brilliant stadium. No matter when the games get played there, it just looks stunning. Brilliant stadium. Love the SCG. It's in 6th spot into the top 6. So yeah, the SCG is really good. Got a brilliant scoreboard right there. But now we are going to the top 5. And these are my 5 favourite stadiums, which means to get into the top 5, it had to be tough. But here we go. Now, into the top 5, some of you guys would probably have this ranked a lot lower on your list. This is probably more of the controversial part of this video. This is probably the most controversial part of this video. GMHBA Stadium I have in 5th, and you'll be like, Flaming Footy, Gabba, Metricon Stadium, Giant Stadium probably rank above it. I like GMHBA Stadium. Now, I'm not a Cats supporter. I go for the Crows. But something about this ground just makes me absolutely love it. I don't know. It just is brilliant. And when it's under lights, it is even better. I probably should have gotten a photo when it was under lights because it looks fantastic under lights. I just think it's a brilliant stadium. And this one doesn't have when it's going on construction. It's going on construction about there. But it is a brilliant stadium, I'll tell you for sure. Love Cardinia Park. Love GMHBA Stadium. It is a brilliant stadium and in the top 5. Now we're hitting business territory. In the 4th spot is Optus Stadium. Love Optus Stadium. It is my 4th favourite venue. The top 4 got very tough choosing. Love Optus Stadium. My 4th favourite. Probably could have gone higher, but nah, love it. Brilliant, fantastic stadium. It is a brilliant stadium. Love Optus Stadium. It is, I'm just repeating my words now. Don't need to say it again. Love Optus Stadium though. And yeah, it goes 4th on my list. I think it's a brilliant stadium. Looks electrifying under lights. Fantastic. Now top 3. Let's see what we got. Well, I am a South Australian, so here we go. Adelaide Oval number 3 is electrifying. Love it. Under lights, it looks even better. It is a whole different atmosphere under lights. The Adelaide Oval is 3rd on my list. Absolutely love this ground. It is an amazing ground. Looks, I reckon the best time though for the Adelaide Oval was definitely twilight. You get the first half in daytime and the second half in nighttime. Oh boy, and that is an electrifying atmosphere for sure. Love Adelaide Oval. Love how you got the lights there. Big lights. Fantastic. It is a brilliant venue is the Adelaide Oval, and now the top 2, which we know what we'll have in store. So my second favourite is Marvel Stadium. It added in that new big scoreboard, which made this stadium even better. But the thing that sells me over for Marvel Stadium is it's got the roof. And just that alone, if I got told there was a big stadium that had a roof, bing, 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 that would sell me over, because I just think the idea is fantastic. The idea of having a stadium with a roof is fantastic. So whoever came up with the idea, good on you, because you did a brilliant job. You got the stadium respect, and you made it go 2nd on my list. Fantastic. Love the roof. Oh, and it's just a brilliant atmosphere inside as well. Brilliant stadium, not just the roof. Everything about this stadium is really good. And now on to first. So drum roll, please. Get the drum rolls going. First is, of course, the MCG, the Melbourne Cricket Ground. Now, this is the highest capacity stadium in Australia. And I think it's first on pretty much everybody's rankings. And why wouldn't it be? It's the stadium that everybody wants to go to if they haven't been there. It is a fantastic stadium. Love it. Brilliant stadium. It's got the most capacity in Australia. It's the biggest capacity stadium in Australia. It hosts some of the biggest games of AFL in Australia. Some of the biggest games in sport, because, of course, it hosts the Boxing Day test as well. So the MCG has a lot of good stuff. Day, twilight, night, no matter when you play, looks absolutely stunning. And it is my favourite venue in the AFL. I think it is fantastic. And yeah, it just looks brilliant. Well, that's going to wrap us up though. So again, I just want to say thank you for 400 subscribers. Now, we are nearing 450 subscribers, which, by the way, there will be no 450 subscriber special. We are on the road to 500 subscribers now. That is the next milestone that we're trying to hit. Yes, I have got 450 in my milestone section still, but yes, we are going for 500. So hashtag road to 500. Let's see how quickly we can get there. But anyway, that's the 400 subscriber special. I know I'm late. I seem to be late for all of my subscriber specials anyway. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. We've done it in the end, ranking AFL stadiums. You guys let me know which is your favourite stadium in the comment section. I used all the stadiums that have been used this year in the AFL. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you guys never miss another video on the channel. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Bye everyone. Flaming Footy out.